How does one solve any problem? How do you solve any problem? What's the principles behind solving any problems? Now, why do I ask you? Because if you know how to solve any problems, you will not have any more problems. And what you will have barriers which will allow you, or challenges that will allow you to play a game rather than being worried, upset, not knowing what's going on, stressed. All of those things, all of those manifestation is a manifestation of not knowing how to solve a problem, and so you become the effect of the problem instead of being cause over the problem. Now let's look at the definition of a problem. How will you define a problem? How will you define a problem? Let's look at the definition of the word problem, okay? Problem. Anything that poses a different intention than yours. So if something have a different intention than yours, you have a problem. Unless, of course, you become cause over that problem, and we will see how it's all coming together. The second definition, any result that is different than the result you expected. If you don't produce the expected result, you're dealing with problems. You have a problem, okay? So how would you define responsibility? And we will see how it's all connected within a second. How will you define responsibility? Able and willing to determine the result on all viewpoints. So anything that I do, the result on me, the result on others, any result is me. If you can define, if you can determine the result, it is you. If you cannot determine the result, it's not you, which means you are not responsible. So if you want to be responsible, you need to control the result. You need to determine the result. Now, the conclusion is that the problem is a condition of reduced responsibility. If you did not determine a result, it is a proof you dropped your responsibility. If you have a different intention, if the result is different than the result you expected, you dropped responsibility. Question. List 5 problems you have in life. We're going to use those problems. Just write down for yourself 5 problems you have in life. We're going to learn a lot about problems, and it's actually going to put you at cause over them. Okay, good. Now I want you to pick one problem. Pick the first one. Pick just one. Just select one. Just mark it. And then write what you can do about it. Just look at that problem and what you can do about it. Something you can do about it. Just one thing. Right? Everything you can do about it. Even small thing. Even just look at it. Even just think about it. Anything you can do. Okay, good. Now, if you will actually write everything that you can do about it, and if you write a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, you will see that all of a sudden you can actually handle the problem. I will explain the mechanism behind it. You will see that you actually can solve problem by looking at them. Just writing them down, writing down all the things you can do about the problem. And anything you can do. You will see that you will have more and more ability to do something about problems. This is the most magical thing in the universe. If you just look at the problems become less of a problem. And eventually they disappear. So your homework is to do the same with the rest of the problems that you just wrote, okay? So give yourself a task, write down to take all those 5 problems, or the 4, and just write everything you know about them. The more you write, the better it is, because at one point the problem would just disappear. It would just go gone.